Hello everybody, welcome to another toy review. I am the 80s Transformer fan, and in front of me I have Transformers Generations, Powers of the Primes, Leader Class, Evolution Optimus Prime. And I guess the evolution thing is because he sort of evolves from Orion Pax to Optimus Prime with the toy gimmick and everything. And looking at the front of this window box packaging with very nice artwork here, he looks excellent. But if you start to tip the toy and take a look in there, you can see where the trailer becomes part of the robot. And another thing, this is going to be an issue for me. Have you seen any of my toy reviews? His fists are gray. Yeah, I'm not really liking that. But straight on looking at it, it looks excellent. It looks masterpiece-ish. It looks very well designed with a straight on look. But we're going to get into the packaging to put that to the test and see if it holds up. But before we get into the packaging, I'm going to spin it to the side. On the side of the packaging is him as Orion Pax, which he converts into. And here is the back side of the packaging. It shows you a shot of the product, shows you Optimus Prime with his trailer, shows the cab all alone, shows the combined figure, the Orion Pax removed from the center, and the Orion Pax over here. So it does quite a few things. Show you some of the other, I guess, matrix swaps you can get. The different little things you can make it a different matrix or whatever. I don't watch the cartoon, so I don't know exactly what's going on. And it has a little bit of a bio up here. It says, when the humble Orion Pax becomes the bearer of the matrix of leadership, he evolves to become the noble leader, Optimus Prime. And that's pretty much for the package. Oh, this side has a couple markings. I don't know if it's Cybertron in language or faction symbols, but it has it over here. So Powers of the Prime, choose your Prime. I don't know if it's different primes throughout history. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this line. I just know Optimus Prime looks very G1-ish, and I wanted to have it. So we're going to try to get this thing open and get this review started. And if I can find out, it's like, okay, tape on the sides. Try to get the tape off the sides, and you know me. Unbox on camera. Get it in together, see what this toy has to offer. And I like to share the experience. So, slide him out. He looks to be tied in there pretty good. Then the back of the box has some more symbols in there as I slide them out. There's Transformers over there, and the Matrix over here, Autobot symbol. And I didn't see any we have some instructions here, which I might need. I haven't dealt with anything like this before. It breaks down, turns into a few different things. Box to the side, instructions to the side. Here is Optimus. Alright, normally I would just unbox the whole thing, but I'm gonna cut away to get him out of all the zip ties. Okay, I think I got everything free. Here he is. He's falling down. Here he is. Looks great. He looks a lot like the Masterpiece, a lot like the cartoon. Obviously there are some differences, in some places some major differences. And I'm going to get his weapons out of the clamshell. Okay, I pulled out his Matrix. Has a translucent crystal in there, which is very nice. And his rifle. Looks very G1, but they look like they went out of their way to hollow this thing out and save some money on plastic. And they tried to make it seem like there's a little detailing going on in there, but looks like they just hollowed it out for the sake of hollowing it out. So anyway, with the little tie pieces out of the way, get straight to Optimus Prime. And if I'm going to adjust my camera, it seems a little bit back heavy out of the packaging. Alright, and here is good old Optimus Prime. It looks great. The red could be a little bit more red. It's got like leaning towards pink a little bit. He has some little techie bits inside his windshield there. He has the little vent from, I guess would be the truck mode. Looks pretty good. Has some rivets in here. The lights top of his chest. Autobot symbols. There are stickers on his shoulders. Has some more stickers here on his forearms. painted waist, some detailing in there. He has the little blue crotch piece like G1 cartoon and Masterpiece figure. His sticker down here has the little vents here like the Masterpiece figure. His feet, I don't know if they go directly under him. He's packaged that way. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Just had to tuck him in a little bit. But looks pretty cool. Like straight on, he looks great. Looks like a Masterpiece figure. When you turn to the side, you can see where the trailer forms this little body mold or whatever. You can see it over here where things flip out, and you can really see behind the arms that the trailer's back there. And on his back, you can see the legs of Orion Pax just folded up there like a little jetpack or something. His legs don't look that bad. They have a little bit hollowing syndrome back here, but they don't look that bad. Here's the reverse of his waist. Looks like something here, a little trigger here. I'm seeing in, take a look at those fists I didn't like. Okay, they don't even rotate. They're static, just right here. No rotation there. I like the little grill. Looks very G1 cartoonish. I guess this is supposed to be the gray striping going around. Let's see how that works out. And of course, his face. Adjust the camera. Get his face in. Alright, get him a little bit closer. And the head looks great. I can immediately see there's not much of emotion. He really can't look up. So I guess I'll start the articulation now. He doesn't look up, as far as I can tell. He can look down a little bit. The 360s, and I just lost the leg. It came off of this ball joint here. I don't think I really hit it, if I hit it at all. So I just lost the leg. Wow, that sucks. But it feels, other than his feet down here, it feels kind of solid. Well, I got it straight again. So anyway, back to articulation. We'll take his arm. The 360, it has that clearance. It has a upper bicep swivel, elbow bend here. It's not quite. Wow, the smokestack came off. I don't know if I'm trying to move too fast through this or what, but a couple things popped off immediately. But it pops back on. Smokestack pops back on. And it has an articulation in it. I guess it folds down somewhere in the transformation. And again, nothing at the wrist. And it seemed like they could have put something in there. I don't know, it's connected to this hinge or whatever. And then this all gray, and this is oversprayed. The joint and the elbow is red plastic. But it's all gray trailer. But straight on, it looks good. The joints are pretty stiff in the arms. Coming down to the waist, and there's that leg, the same one. I'm just barely tapping, the same leg just came off. The waist, there's nothing at the waist. I guess it's because this guy is stored back here. Try to get this same leg back on. Second time it just popped off. Coming down to his upper thigh or hip joint, his legs come out this far. They swivel. Well, they're 360 actually. And I can raise his leg up this far, and you can see the hollowing out in the leg right there where they're saving money on the plastic. Knee bend here, no swivel at the knee, and his foot rocks back and forth, and there's some side to side. So you can get a wider stance with this guy and have his feet still on the ground. I mean, for what it is, it feels pretty solid. These are those little pieces just popped off, but he feels pretty good. So that's pretty much it for articulation. Take his rifle, put it in his hand. Again, none of the fingers move, and the wrist does not move. If I can get it in his hand. Wow. I had to kind of force it in his hand, and I think he can hold it with two hands. Oh yeah, I gotta pull his arm pretty much out of socket. Well, they come forward. Guess something to do with the transformation. And you can get him to hold his rifle with 2 hands if you wanted to. And that is Optimus Prime and his rifle. Next up, I'm gonna take a look at where the Matrix actually. Man, he's holding on to this gun. I mean, I'm really trying to get this back out of his hands. Got that one out. Oh, wow. Hold on to those guns. Okay, let's see about the chest in the Matrix. If I can get this open. It swivels up and it reveals like the Optimus Prime. I guess the cab for the vehicle mode in there. The actual chest. And that swings open and you can see the head for Orion Pax in there. And take this thing. I'm assuming this little key piece at the top is the top. So if I can get it in his chest. And I don't know if it locks in, snaps in, or what. This, oh, it fits into the little shape in there. Oh yeah, and it goes right there. So here is Optimus Prime with the Matrix in his chest. I guess you can close this up. Then close this up. And he's holding the Matrix. Gonna pose out a little bit. I guess he has ports here. I'm assuming I can put the gun in one of these ports. Yep. He has a port on both sides of his forearms that become the trailer. And his feet are a little problematic. They're not really loose, but they move just enough to keep throwing them off. Like when you get him standing, when you can get him... and after I said that, I think I did that. Yeah, if you get him standing, he's going to stand. Well, not so much, but yeah, his ankles could be a little bit stronger, but they're like on a double hinge in here, which is a little bit problematic. I wouldn't call them weak, but I guess they could be a little bit tighter. Maybe they could have a ratchet because it's just like a friction joint, and I can see that wearing down over time. Okay, I got this guy in the truck and trailer mode. And trying to keep with my promise to keep the video short and to save some video. I didn't transform it on camera, but here he is, and it shrinks down to a very small truck, almost reminiscent of the G1 size. It might be a little bit smaller, but the homage is there. Looks pretty good, like straight off on the side. But with Hasbro, you get the lack of the paint on the rims, inside the tires. Got a little bit of a sticker lifting on, I think, both sides. A little bit here. It's lifting up, and over here, just out of the box. You turn it over, it's pretty well hollowed out. And it's not really shocking because this is considered what the Orion Pax / the cab was, but it's pretty well hollowed out. You can see the red here from the robot mode and the red here. Now, here's my thing. This is my complaint with the hands. You cannot see the hands. The hands are underneath here in this mode. And they just cheaped out and went with all gray plastic because of the rest of the toy is gray plastic. Except for here, the elbow hinges are red plastic and the feet are blue plastic. But we couldn't get blue for the hands. It looks out of place and it's weird to me. That type of stuff bothers me. I had a guy comment before when I complained about the 18-inch guy hands being black instead of blue. But you can't see the hands, and if you look real hard, you can see them in there. But you really can't see the hands anywhere in trailer mode. So they could have went ahead and gave us blue hands, maybe painted them blue if they if not plastic. So here's the trailer. Anyway, keeping it rolling. And here is the truck. Straight on, it's not bad. But when you turn to the side, and when I transformed it, Orion Pax's head actually forms the trailer hitch. So his head is kind of just hanging out here. Again, no paint on the rims, which kind of sucks. And then you got his arms just hanging out, and you can see his fist. And it seemed like this stuff would have transformed and filled in this gap or something. What they did to me was an amazing idea, but it's looking like they didn't pull it off. And this little thing folds down to hitch the trailer into the bottom of Orion Pax head. And most of the tires are rolling, but if you can see it, the cab tire's not rolling. And there it is. I have it fixed. And it's very like G1 size, but you got this giant gap in here. And the weapon plugs in robot mode, in vehicle mode for storage. And I'm one of those guys that really don't care about gun storage. I just realized his gun breaks down into 2 pieces. I can feel it moving around. So his gun, I guess one gun becomes Orion Pax gun, I'm assuming. And it has 2 ports here where you can plug it in. I guess you plug it in here, plug it in there. And maybe I should have did it before I finished transforming it. Or maybe I can squeeze it in here. So a lot of times with the storage mode, a lot of people cry to have a place to put their gun. I don't have a place to store the gun. It doesn't bother me, but I think it's necessary here to close that gap. This is an ugly gap. So now he's a tractor trailer driving around with a giant gun. And I might have to get out the G1 just to see how big this guy is. And yeah, I mean, this is awful right here from the side. I think this is mostly gimmick driven, and it looks great when you look in the package. I was a sucker for it and I grabbed it. Yeah, I'm having second thoughts already, and I haven't gotten to the Orion Pax part. And the front of the cap opens while we're taking a look, just like it did in robot mode, and you can put the matrix back in there if you wanted to. And it looks like you can actually put a couple little guys in here if they had some. I don't know if some of the Titan Masters will sit there or what. Might have to check it out. But the vehicle mode, to me, it's a real letdown. And I do know a lot of this stuff is marketed for children, and they design the old school design to attract a guy like me and maybe people like you into getting it. But it has a little bit of detailing. It has like a window here, a mirror there, a couple rivets, the gas tank, most of the gas tank. They didn't had no shame in hollowing this guy out. I don't know if these things let down like trailer doors. I guess you can. Technically, I don't know. Well, they're kind of hitting the tires here. I thought maybe you can open the trailer door and get something in there, but not really, no. So I don't think it's meant to open. Again, here is Optimus Prime in truck mode, truck and trailer mode. Okay, before I move on, I'm going to bring out size comparison in this vehicle mode. I'm going to bring out what he reminds me of. Reissue of G1 Power Master Optimus Prime, and you can see Power Master Optimus Prime is significantly larger than this guy in the truck mode. So he turns into a very small vehicle from a pretty good size leader class robot. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I wasn't trying to bring out all this stuff, but one more size comparison. I'm going to pull out G1 Optimus Prime. You can see G1 Optimus Prime trailer dwarfs his. The cabs are almost the exact same size except for the missing pieces where it folds away. So he's more closely related to the G1 size, even though the trailer is larger. And if I put this one on this side, the Powers of the Prime version all but disappears. Man, and this thing still rolls better than anything they've made since. You know, that's not bad, but it's not this. Alright, now I'm just going to move on to the cab, which is supposed to be Orion Pax. I'm going to try to get this guy into Orion Pax. Untab these. Move his arms out. I believe this is on a double hinge. Let's just get it loose. This hinges up, tabs in to there, tabs into the mirror, comes around to his back, which is already creating a nice little backpack for his legs down. Rotate these forward, flip the little toe, large toe out, open up what is soon to be the inner chest. Flip this up, tab the head in. I believe these swivel around and his hands come out. I believe this is correct. Flip his hand out. And now the weirdest thing, like with his hands out, they don't lock into a straight position. They're kind of turned in, which is a little bit weird, but this face is awesome. I mean, this Orion Pax through and through. The legs looks very much like the cartoon, and this is now the third official Orion Pax figure that I know of. They did a cup repaint on this guy for the Titans Return line. It's a repaint of Cup. But he looks actually very, very nice in robot mode, at least straight on. The thighs are nice, good size, the little knees, the little knee guard type things there. The feet looks good. He has some paint apps down here. He has the stickers there. He has a small Autobot logo sticker here, which is a very nice touch. Has like the little lights here in his chest, the translucent window right here, which is very, very nice. I like the look of the forearms. I like the fact that the hands are a different plastic than the forearms. He has 1, 2, 3 plastics going on, which is very cool. I don't like it when they paint over some stuff. And again, like I said, his face looks good. His head looks good. He has a full helmet going all the way around. But when you turn him to the back, he's wearing the front of the truck on his back, and it's not so bad from the side. It sticks out a little bit, giving a little bit of a backpack, but it's not sloppy and it's not so bad. But clearly this is the front of the truck. You have the windows, the vent, the grill, the windows, and the bumper. Then the back of his thighs are literally the gas tanks, and down here you got 4 of the tires. So I mean, the truck is literally on his back. But overall, I really like the way it looks. I like the way the face is done, the eyes.
Daddy.
Yeah, so I really like what they did with this part of the little set. The Orion Pax part to me is like the meat of the figure, and I think it came out the best. Sometimes when they try to do a lot of different things, when they add it, make something real gimmicky, it doesn't come out that well, and I don't think this is that great of a figure. But I really like what they did in this mode. I don't know if this particular figure out of the set makes it worth right around $50 for this thing. I can't say that it does, but if you don't have an Orion Pax, as far as I know, there are 3 of them out there now, the official Takara/Hasbro incarnations of them. Like I said, the previous one was Cup repaint from Titans War, or Titans War, Return of the Titans line. And the first one and the only other one that I own is the G1 version. There was also a repaint or redeco of G1 Cup. This one is wearing a custom third-party head because the original head was a straight repaint of Cup's head, unlike the Titan Returns one. Got like a separate, real Orion Pax anime accurate head, like this third party. And I don't even know what I did with the original head. Third party looks great on here, and he's been wearing it ever since I got it. And he only has the half head, just like Cup. But this figure has the complete whole helmet on, which I really, really like. So out of this whole set, this is my favorite part. of it. The Orion Pax is almost worth it. If I could have just got this part, maybe from somebody selling off theirs for about 20 to 30 bucks, I would have got it just for this. But as far as the whole thing, it's kind of pricey. And if you're trying to collect a few of the leader class guys, it's pricey, and I don't think it really, the whole set pulled it off that well. But I like this mode though, really do. One final thing while I got them in this mode, you can separate the gun, obviously, and give Orion Pax his own gun. It seems like the handle for the back end is thicker, or has a harder time going into his hand in both modes, the full figure's hand and his hand. And if you want, he can dual wield the two blasters. Kind of think this one looks a little bit better in his hand than just this one. This looks like just the back of a gun. This one looks a little bit better. Again, here's Orion Pax figure from this set. Really, really like it. You know what? I didn't go over his articulation, but he has a lot because he has ball joints everywhere in this mode. Arm 360s. Oh, felt like a 360. Yeah, 360s. Can reach up and touch his noggin. Don't think he can quite fold his arms unless you unhinge it. Then he can get his arms out here, which kind of looks weird, but you can do it. There's good range of motion there. He has an upper bicep swivel here. He has a double elbow bend to get him all tucked away for his transformation. And again, just like the main mode, nothing at the wrist. And then his hands are curved at the end of his arm in a little bit, which I kind of don't like. So the wrist and the hands are kind of the only flaw in this mode. His leg, you can get his leg up pretty much as far as you would like. He can boot some Decepticons in there, retro charger. He can get his legs out to the side, almost do a complete split, almost, not quite. And there's that one leg. I'm having a problem with my one leg. Just keep coming off of this ball joint. It goes right back on, but it comes out without putting a lot of pressure on it. It comes out to the side this far, and again, it just came right off. Didn't even pop or snap. It just slid right off. He has a upper thigh swivel in there. A knee bend. You get his knee back this far. No little swivel at the knee, and his little foot, it tucks away for transformation, so you can get the toe to move a little bit, and it comes a little bit forward as well to get him in some poses. You should be able to pose this guy real well without all the little joints he has. So again, this is the best part of the figure to me. Seems like maybe they concentrated on the Orion Pax part a little bit more. I know the Titans Return Orion Pax figure is steady climbing in price, and it's kind of ridiculous. One time I decided to try to go after it, and I found out the money it was going for. I was like, hell no. And then they made this thing and it fell in my lap, so kind of happy to have it in that respect. But again, I don't know if I could recommend the entire set here. Okay, so now I got Optimus Prime or Orion Pax back into the larger leader class Optimus Prime mode, and like I said before, looking straight at him, it's a pretty good looking figure. It's only when you get to turn him around and handle him a little bit to where he starts to suffer. He looks very much like the G1 cartoon and MP10, more so MP10. And as I'm saying, I'm going to go ahead and turn him around, 'cause from the front, it's amazing. It's very nice what they did. Then when you turn them, you just clearly see the guy squinched up in his back, the knees and hands and just everything. Just like the hands fold away. But yeah, but you can still see him. You just see the knees and hands, fists in there. You just clearly see the guy tucked away, and it's a shame they couldn't have got something better done with that. And back to the front, and while I have him in this mode, I'm going to bring in the guy he's meant to mimic, MP10, so he gets some side by side. You can see he's maybe half an inch smaller and overall just a tad bit smaller. He's about quite as thick from arm to arm, but not across the chest, unless you count these little pieces back here that I don't know if I got tabbed in correctly. Maybe not, or maybe so. And also his hands seem to share a similar molding. So in the end, if you're buying these figures, you've been collecting them since, what was it, Combiner Wars and Titans Return, now Powers of the Prime. I don't know if I would recommend this. Matter of fact, I wouldn't recommend it for 50 bucks. I'll probably wait to see if it's on clearance. I've seen them in several stores, maybe 4 or 5 deep. And unless you really wanted to get the Orion Pax, the Orion Pax is very part of the toy in robot mode is very nice. And that's probably the strongest feature. Then I would say a straight on look at this, and then the truck trailer mode would be dead last, completely last. So if you're just going to display it like this, I even heard some people say that they don't have an MP10 and they don't have the money to get MP10 and they would get this as a stand-in. I could kind of see it, but I mean, it's not for me. Obviously I have an MP10, so I can say that it's not for me, but just the figure and at the price point of what it costs, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a bad figure. It's all right. It's all right. What they tried to do engineering wise was very, very clever. And I just think maybe they threw a little bit more money at it or a little bit more time. It would have been an excellent figure. Because I can appreciate what they tried to do, but they didn't quite pull it off. So I wouldn't recommend this at the full price. If you get it on sale, if you got a gift card or something like that, and you can get maybe 10 to 15 bucks off of it, I say go ahead. But right around 50 bucks plus tax, or 45, depends on where you get it. Right around 50 bucks, I say it's a no. But I do like it. It's just not great. So I am George, the 80s Transformer fan, saying thank you for watching another toy review, and I'll see you soon.